Hi Taurus, it's Raina. Welcome to a new feature of mine, which is called Astroweather with Raina. And this is going to be a periodic video that I will be putting up probably about twice a month and covering the transits that affect your sign. Obviously, since this is a general reading, it will be only general in terms of how the transits affect you, because it does depend on your degree of sun or rising to be, truly more accurate. So I just want to give you a heads up on that. And so as this period of time we're looking at today, when I'm actually recording this, it's the 22nd of September. So the sun is going into Libra, and that will be going into your 6th house of health and work, the daily routines that you have. And also there's going to be Mercury going direct. Actually, that happened in the middle of the night in my time. Okay, so that's wonderful. All of our time, probably. So thank God for that, right? I'm having people post their Mercury retrograde horror stories, if you have any. Love to hear from you. For me, it was tech, and it was communication, emails. Got sent to spam, and just some real, screwy things. Okay, so actually, there's still going to be a shadow period until the first week in October, but at least it's going direct now. So that 6th house is very busy, Taurus. Not only do you have the sun there, Mercury is there, Jupiter is there, and on the 30th, there is going to be a new moon in the 6th house. So this is going to be a time where health is featured. You're going to be thinking about it. You're going to benefit from any kind of research that you do about it, because you have Jupiter and Mercury there. And a new beginnings in your health on the 30th, and that's wonderful. And also with work. So if you have wanted to work in a different department or a different location, that may happen with you after the 30th. Just set your intentions in that department after the 30th and, shortly thereafter, and try to visualize exactly what it is that you want to attract in terms of your place where you do your work. Maybe you want to telecommute. Maybe you don't even want to have to go to the office. Maybe you want to start your own business. Home businesses are actually ruled by the 5th house, but the 6th house is, connected to that, since it's the actual workplace. So yeah, definitely be conscious of that, because Jupiter will be blessing this sector until October of 2017. So that's awesome. And so Mars, which is this drive that we have, this stamina, is going to go into your 9th house on the 27th of the month. And this is in the sign of Capricorn. And so it makes a nice angle. It's a trine. Okay, a fellow earth sign. So there's like a practical kind of a drive. And that might actually mean that a lot gets accomplished when it's in an earth sign like Capricorn. So what's the 9th house? Well, the 9th house deals with travel. It deals with higher education. It deals with publishing. And it deals with religious, anything like studies, or maybe any kind of endeavors that have a religious theme. This is highlighted, and you're going to be driven to do them. So, for instance, some people, let's say you have finished a novel, or maybe you want to start a novel, and you really are going to feel this sense of ambition to do so. You're not going to be lackluster in your efforts. It could be like in the publishing phase. Maybe you finished a work and now you want to publish it. Because, we did have Jupiter in the 5th house, and this was a time, the 5th house is creativity, and maybe that was a time when you actually wrote a novel and now you want to market it and publish it and market it. And some of you may be wanting to travel and you're like, I have to do this now. And you really feel driven to do so. I don't think anything's going to stop some of you if that's what you've wanted to do. What's interesting that since it also relates to higher education, maybe some of you are going to be doing a semester abroad, so that covers both of those areas. Or maybe you're going to be teaching, your home language. I would say most of you are listening in English, so English as a second language overseas somewhere. So that's very exciting and expansive in terms of your Mars energy. Okay, so actually, I want to clarify something I said. I said that Mercury, did I say Mercury had gone into your 6th house? Mercury is in your 5th house, and it went direct there in Virgo. So it's not related to health. It's related to anything regarding communications of artistic projects or children or any kind of love relationship. Maybe there was some kind of situation involving someone you had met and started dating, and then somehow your wires got crossed. And now that Mercury is direct, you can look forward to having some sort of reuniting or some kind of reconnecting of some sort. And so that's very good with love and creativity. If you have a home business and you saw any kind of delays or just miscommunications with clients, that will also steady itself. Venus is going to be going into your 7th house on the 23rd of September in your opposite sign of Scorpio. So this will be very good for anybody who has had a rough go of things in their personal relationships. Venus will allow you to restore harmony to some relationships. Now, some relationships may just be having to be ended in some cases in a legal way. And if that's the situation, just let it go, because Venus will give some sort of nice energy flow to any kind of legal matters. It rules the 7th house of legal situation. So that could be very good as well. But if you are someone who, let's say, has been dating, this may be a time when you decide to get married. And because Venus is in Scorpio, who knows, maybe some of you will decide to elope. And you may even say to your partner, I don't want to share this wonderful time with anyone other than you. I'm not really interested in showing off the relationship. I just want to have the relationship. And, I think that's a very interesting kind of way of looking at it. Because, and especially nowadays, we talk about bridezillas and all that stuff, where people are taking the ritual of not only getting married, but the reception as being a time to be the center of attention, instead of actually celebrating it in a more impersonal way of just the joy of two people who have found each other. And I really think that as a society, we need to look at the motivations for what we do, because I know I went to a wedding that had 500 people at it, and this was I don't know how many years ago. It wasn't that long ago. And the bride and groom were divorced in 2 years. And they had 500 people at their wedding. So it just goes to show that you can do something on a grandiose scale, but it doesn't really reflect the heart. Okay? And, you know, maybe that's unfair of me. Maybe they really did love each other at the time. But I tend to be more of a modest person, and I think that, you know, when you're sincere about being in love, it's not about the ego and about, look at me, I'm, you know, getting married, you know. And if you do decide to have something that is more involving other people, that's beautiful. But somehow try to inspire other people with your love so that they can feel like they can attract it too. Like, don't make it just about you. Try to make it so that it touches their hearts for their own lives. Because I know that nowadays a lot of people, I wonder if they ever feel like they'll find that perfect person. And I think a lot of Taurus people do find their soulmates, to be honest with you. I really think that you guys do. Because you know what matters in life. You're very down to earth. You are an earth sign. And you tend to like gravitate towards people who are going to fulfill that within you. So I hope that if when Venus goes through that house, that if something is rocky, it gets restored. And if you've been wanting to make your love more committed, that happens for you guys. So Taurus, I hope that you have enjoyed this new feature of mine. If you'd like a private reading, I have love readings, I have career readings, I have combo readings. Just click on the link below this video for my website. And otherwise, I hope that the end of September is a very romantic time for you and also a very healthy time for you. Okay, you guys, take care. Bye.